Alright, I'm back with another review. We had some green today. I kind of got excited when I saw this. I thought it was going to be a reversal day. But now that I look at charts, we're still underneath our downtrending indicators. So I'm going to start, I sorted them by percentage gainers today. And this Canon Incorporated was a 20% gainer. I do kind of like what I see with this chart, but we still have some downtrending pressure here we need to watch out for. We've reacted to the 50 moving average and the cloud here. So to enter this trade, I would want to see price stay above the 50 average and definitely stay above the cloud. We can have this flat area of the cloud right here, which represents support, and we reacted before we got there. This support lines up with what we see over here. So this is our best level of support right here, and below this we really don't have any support. This trend was too fast. I'm really cautious about these kind of stocks right now that are just up this much this fast. The bears have just been ripping this stuff to pieces. So I'd be careful about starting a position here. Really, what I like to see is I like to see the price at least above the Kijun-sen line here, or above the Tenkan-sen. So we need some follow through. But if you want to get a good price on this, entering a trade now could make sense. You need to base it on the 50 moving average to protect yourself from downside risk. We don't want to just let our losses run away. Just buy it and hope. I don't like to buy and hope. Something like this could be investable, but what I see here is I see a trade just because of this momentum. Some of these things have been burning off, and I have seen momentum trades like this burn off and go all the way back down where they came from. So Marathon Digital, let's put in a 15% move, almost 16% move today, and we are above our indicators on this one. What I see here though is I see this sort of topping action here. So we've got this kind of this top going on here. This is a resistance. So we kind of want to see price get above that. It is tradable at this point. I'd actually want to see it back down here a little bit, so we could make the cloud and the 50 moving average the baseline of our trade. JMIA, this jumped up 11%. Sometimes a bullish candle with a long wick can be considered a reversal. This wick isn't really that long, but we've kind of reacted twice at this level right here. Let's see if it lines up with any support over there. Kind of. You see this this low, this consolidation, and again here. Okay, this is probably our best levels of support we're trying to react to right here. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. So if you want to enter this trade, I would base this support level as your basis. Now, when I say this support level, I don't just mean intraday trading. I mean you need to wait until the daily close and the full body of a red candle below this support line would be a get out signal for me. Sometimes I would wait for follow through, so when we open the next day, if it looks like it's going to follow through, you might want to get out there. Just try to limit your downside losses, downside risk. I do see this head and shoulders pattern here, just like I see in a lot of other patterns right now. And we do have the downtrending indicators coming in here. So really I prefer to wait for an uptrend when price is above the cloud and above our indicators. This is a pretty high risk trade. And if this support right here breaks, we really don't have much support going back down with this fast momentum up move here. Next support is down here at $18. So that's almost a 50% drop from here because we're at 35.50. So that's almost a 50% drop. Ouch. Yeah, these fast momentum trades you got to really be careful with. Plug Power. So yeah, I saw this move today just on my mobile app, and I thought this kind of looks like a reversal. And we have reacted to the same area right here 3 times. So it could be we're up just a little bit after hours. It could be these things are ready for a pullback. We are getting a little oversold here. See how far away we are from the cloud. Some people like to use RSI. I could put the RSI down here, but I just I wait until we get confirmation. You see a candle up above the Tinkinson line here. That is the indication that we're beginning a pullback. Right now we're still trending below, but we've kind of put in these 3 candles that have stopped in the same area here, which aligns with this top here. So this is a little bit of a support area we're hammering out right here. Okay, you see that? We got here, came down, tested there. 1, 2, 3 candles right here. So you could possibly base a trade off of this support level. But like I say, it's real risky with all this downtrending pressure. We're below the cloud. Technically, when you're below the cloud, you're supposed to look for selling opportunities, not buying opportunities. People that are bullish on this might want to take a trade here. What I would watch for is I'd watch for another candle to get above this Tinkinson line. That's an indication we're in the process of a pullback. Ultimately, you want to see the Tinkinson line support the price, like we see over here. Tinkinson supports the price. Tinkinson crosses Kijunsen. We push up to the cloud. And if I saw price push back up to the cloud, I would probably take my profits right here. If we're playing this pullback, take the profits here and wait. And if by some miracle price does get back above the cloud, I would open a new trade and I would base that trade on the top of the cloud. Price would need to stay on top of the cloud. And what I mean on top of the cloud is I mean a full candlestick. So sometimes you'll just put a wick up there, just a half a candle. That's not good enough. I like to wait for confirmation. So maybe let's say you get a little half a candle and then the next day you get the full body of a candle above the cloud, or it's in the process and you want to enter the trade intraday, just so you have a baseline to base your trade to protect yourself from downside risk. CCIV. We're still below our downtrending indicators here. We went up 10% today. I don't really see anything to get excited about yet. We could be trying to find some support right here. We need to wait for follow through, see if we can get above the Tinkinson line here. Chivo, we've dropped below the cloud. We got downtrending pressure coming in right here from the Kijunsen line. See the Kijunsen line here in red, coming right down on the price. But I do see Tinkinson is trying to cross the Kijunsen, but so this is kind of interesting. We kind of got some consolidation going on right here. Let's see if we can mark this as a support area. It's trying to create a support area. I don't really see any support over here. It looks like it's just trying to create it right now. So we need to see how that's going to, if that's going to hold. We're still below the cloud, so really I wouldn't be looking to long this just based on what I see here with this trying to form some support here. NAK, this is one that I've been watching for a few years, and it looks like it's trying to do something, but it goes through these wild swings, and overall it's a downtrend. And we're making lower highs, lower lows. So this is pretty risky right here. We're below the cloud. We got our downtrending indicators right here. So today's move was just a little bit of an oversold reaction. We really didn't get anywhere. Our IoT, little pop today, up 7.5%. Same thing right here. We're right here at this resistance, the top of the cloud. Kijun-sen line, or excuse me, the white one here is Tenkan-sen. Looks like the Kijun-sen is curved down under the price here. Oh, I can barely see it into the, you guys at home, I'm sure you're having a hard time seeing this. You see where Kijun-sen is right here? It's right here in the top of this candle. So we're flirting, really flirting with this resistance area right here, trying to get above it. Another bullish candle, bullish move tomorrow. We could get above all this mess, and it could create a basis for a trade, a reason for a trade with some rules. Okay. GameStop still alive, amazingly, but I'm starting to see this. We kind of topped out here with this long wick, and then we just kind of been making lower highs here. We are above the Tenkan-sen, but we're below the cloud. This flat top of the cloud is major resistance. That's what, 250, 250. Fuel cell up 6.23% today. Same thing here, came right up to this downtrending resistance here. A little bit interesting here. We had a bullish candle and we didn't quite burn it all the way before we got another bullish candle. So some of these EV stocks to me look like they're wanting to pull back. Let's see, we kind of got this support area here. Yeah, that looks pretty decent actually. Let's see. Okay, see how we topped out here. We broke above it, came down, actually closed below it, but then we bounced, tested it here, tested it here. So this level is acting as support. So if you want to try to trade a pullback, which I say is risky because we've got all this downtrending pressure going on, but there's a chance that these things could pull back and try to test the cloud over here. See, we had this pullback here. We got pretty oversold. We pulled back there. Oversold again, pulled back. Oversold again, pulled back. So sometimes you can try to estimate where these things are going to pull back to by drawing a trend line of some sort. I don't know, that could be a possibility. Sometimes we'll come back to the cloud, but we've got this downtrending Kijun-sen to deal with. These are pretty tight together right here, so we've got a lot of downtrending pressure going on here. Actually, actually flipped my position today. I've been short on this, and with today's move, today's reaction, we went into the red, and then we finished strong. So I'm thinking this thing is going to pull back. Um, so just for kicks and giggles, I flipped my position here to long, just a small position. So I'm calling this support right here. Basically reacting off the 200 moving average, which, as I said previously, this is our last level of uptrending support. This 200 moving average. I don't know if I consider this a new low. We kind of put in maybe a double bottom, but we did have this long wick here. So I'm kind of looking at the daily candlestick close, and we're trying to put in a bottom right here. This could just be a bottom for a pullback, and then I end up going down again. So this is the basis of my trade right here, this support line. I don't want to see the full body of a candle below this, or this trade is a bust. So when I close my Tilray short position too, because it just looks to me like these things are ready to pull back again. So I took a little bit of profit on this one, not too much. Let's see, where was it over here? BNGO up 5% today. Same thing, we just came up here. This downtrending pressure is right there, bottom of the cloud. So there's not a whole lot to get happy-go-lucky about here. DraftKings has reacted to its trend line in the cloud. This is kind of interesting. I just I'm a little bit hesitant to get in after such a rally here. I'd want to do some research and see when they report earnings and some other things. I was looking at the fundamentals, and it looks like they're investing a lot in their business, because their forward PE is negative 40.77, and their earnings per share growth is negative 5,458%. So anyway, this could be a good reason for a trade, this support line and the cloud. So this pullback gives you an opportunity to get into this and minimize your downside risk. Don't like to get in up here now. This is chasing, and you try to get in up here. So you'd already be down $10 a share with this pullback. Let's see what Tesla looks like. Tesla, same thing. Green candle, still below our downtrending indicators. We've got a nice little down trend line forming here. We haven't put in a new bottom yet. So if we bounce without putting in a new bottom, that could be an indication that that this is done selling off. I think the market is wanting to have this create another low, just to I think it's too soon for it to put on a recovery, especially when I look at the long-term trend. This straight up trend, just this parabolic trend here, really isn't sustainable. I mean, we've got to be realistic here. This could burn off a third of it or so. I talked about this coming down to maybe about a 450 level, which is where I see the best support, down here at 450. We actually have support at this previous low now, or this previous low kind of reacted near this high right here. You see that? It's close, but Still a gap there. Let's look at block. BLOK. Well, this is trying to bounce from the cloud here. We're trying to get above our indicators. We saw the same thing with RIOT. Similar. This is actually looking kind of interesting. Here's our support level down here. We're back above our downtrending indicators, just slightly. We're at the top of the cloud. Entering a trade here to minimize your downside risk with looking for prices to stay above the cloud and these the Kijun line here. This is still in a downtrend. IDEX. Looks like we're trying to pull back. Same thing I'm seeing with the other EV stocks. This is kind of what I'm seeing with the EV stocks, and the crypto stocks are trying to push up, it looks like. It may be just beginning. ZOM, this is the trade that I'm just about ready to give up on. If I see a full body of a candle below this cloud, then I'm going to take a loss. But today we put in this wick right here. I saw it trade down today. It's like, oh my God, it's down to $1.40, and then boom, it bounced back up. So this is just confirmation of this support right here. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're done testing it and it's just going to hold, because we've got our downtrending indicator coming in here. So we need to get above that, and we need to get back above this cloud. So we're still watching it. Tilray, I just looked at that a minute ago. Play, PLAY, this thing has been in one hell of an uptrend. I don't chase momentum, so I'm not getting in this here. I don't need to own every little thing so. Sundial, still in a downtrend. We still got our downtrending indicators here. Small candle today. And NDM, same thing. This candle is pretty insignificant. Let's look at PLTR, because this was to me it looks like it's just flirting with breaking this support right here. And these downtrending indicators are coming. So either we're going to pull back, we're going to get above these and pull back, or we're going to break this support right here. So I think the market's pretty bullish on this, and they don't want to see that. And I think this support level right here is of interest to other traders that are watching it. So I have a feeling this is going to pull back as well. I'm just starting to get this feeling that that the market's wanting to pull back. Now, this could eventually break, but it may not be ready to do it right now. We may pull back and try to test the cloud, and then come down and try this again. We really don't look that oversold yet, compared to our last bounce. We haven't made a new low, so this is kind of interesting. See if there's anything else I want to look at for you. Some of the biggest losers. GNUS down 20% today. Look how it reacted right here with this long pin bar to this rising trend line I've drawn. See? Trying to get a position, put a buy order down here at $1.85. Might try something like that if we go back down here today. Trying a buy order down around $1.80, $1.85, and hope that the trend line holds. That'll give you a line in the sand for your trade and minimize your downside risk with this trend line being the basis for your trade. SOS, this kind of gap down here. A low green candle, but it's gapped down, and we can see our indicators just bearing right down on it. So right now, these charts are still respecting this indicator. At some point, the indicator respects the price, so it flips the other way. So CKIN, mildly interesting if you want to use the cloud as a basis for your trade, but this kind of a weak cloud. This has been in a kind of this stair-step trend here. That was a wild move up, and it almost seems like we're getting a topping out action, especially this big bearish candle and then these long pin bars here. We got long pins over here. I think it's a little bit late to, very risky getting in this late, especially with what I'm seeing, this kind of topping out pattern going on here. CVAT, this was a volatile day. Look at these pins here. And we've closed below the cloud. This is a sell signal. If you were in this, oh, this is a penny stock that I was watching for a friend. Okay. Yeah, I told a friend about this wedge pattern here, and it actually did break out of it, but it really didn't go anywhere. We just went to this previous top. But even though it's a penny stock, it's good to watch how these things can play out. So we've got a failed breakout. That's what we've got. Of course, we really didn't even know it was a failed breakout till we did this. Here we're still above our Tenkan-sen. We're trying to hold you see how we're trying to hold the Kijun-sen here? Really trying to hold the Kijun-sen. Here comes Tenkan-sen curving down, and boom. Right on top of where the price closed here. But so we've got downtrending pressure on this now. And we've broken the 50 moving average for the first time since this rally started. That is a sell signal right here. You could wait and see how it trades tomorrow if you were in it, but I know you're not in it. It's a penny stock. Let's see. CLOV, this thing's just been getting clobbered. Alright, I think that's about it for tonight. Coming up on 30 minutes here, so. ExxonMobil, this looks like it's losing steam. And when I thought about, this kind of looked interesting when I saw this going on. And then I like to look at the long-term chart. And this just does not look like something I want to trade. This is a big oversold reaction. Speculation. I like to see a nice rising trend. Unless I'm just going to make a momentum swing trade, but so this is looking tired. Alright, that's it for tonight. I'm going to shut it off here.